The investigation into the handling of classified emails on Hillary Clinton's private server has now entered a new phase. The Los Angeles Times says federal prosecutors are expected to seek an interview with Clinton herself.
They have already begun the process of arranging interviews with her close aides. Steven Portnoy has been covering the story and joins us now from Capitol Hill. Steven, you've been speaking to congressmen on Capitol Hill today on the investigation. What was their reaction?
Well, as you can imagine, it really falls along partisan lines, but Republicans in particular are honing in on the 22 emails that are apparently so secret, so sensitive, that the State Department says they cannot be publicly released. Now, remember, Secretary Clinton and her campaign have consistently argued that nothing was marked classified, that Hillary Clinton never sent anything classified, and that all this is a result of what they call classification run amok. But I did speak this morning with Utah Congressman Chris Stewart, who sits on the House Intelligence Committee. And he says as a member of that committee, he's gone into the secure facility here on Capitol Hill where members of the panel can actually access classified information. They have to leave their own BlackBerries at the door. No staff are allowed inside. And he says that he's read these 22 emails that the State Department says we can't read. And he says that they are clearly classified materials, that they involve information about sources and methods and even the names per se, or perhaps, of particular sources of American intelligence. And he says, Chris Stewart of Utah says, that if this information were to be publicly released, it could potentially put lives in danger, the lives perhaps of the sources named in the emails. He says that if they ever were to be released, it would be years and years from now. And this raises the stakes, of course, because Secretary Clinton and her campaign have argued that there's no reason that these emails should be classified. They have argued that some of this information is open source, the kind of things you'd read about in the newspaper or hear about on CBSN. But Congressman Stewart says that's not the case, and he's actually seen the emails for himself.
Interesting. Well, Stephen, where does the FBI investigation stand right now?
Well, you mentioned the report in the Los Angeles Times that the FBI intends to interview some of Secretary Clinton's top aides, perhaps even the former secretary herself. The Washington Post is out today with a BAFO report across its front page, suggesting that more than 140 FBI agents have been looking into this case. The director of the FBI, James Comey, told members of Congress just this month that he himself is personally involved in this investigation. That's how important it is. The Post reports that the FBI is accelerating its review so as to get its findings out into the public before it's too close to the election.
All right, Steven Portnoy, thanks so much.